Lemelin in her hand.
Thank you, Chair Mayers. I'm very much in favor of Trustee Lynn Campbell's motion. The motion is speaking to the 300 average daily enrollment needed to keep NDSS open. It was passed last year, but it is somewhat incomplete. It did not give NDSS the opportunity to realize the mature students could have contributed to the overall count. This would have had a positive effect to keep NDSS open. The motion as it reads was not written deliberately to mask the opportunity. However, the board was not specific in defining the actual broad range of students that NDSS could draw from and who could enroll at the high school. In my opinion, I feel NDSS should not be treated any differently than any other high school across the DSBN. It is public knowledge that other high schools within the DSBN offer mature students full-time enrollment. This is happening in Welland, Fort Erie, Crystal Beach, Ridgeway, and parts of Niagara Falls, St. Catharines. That is, not all mature students attend the Lifetime Learning Center in St. Catharines. When the community of Niagara Lake inquired about having mature students enroll at NDSS, senior staff told them the mature students were obligated to attend the Lifetime Learning Center. However, we know that is incorrect. Mature students are enrolled in high schools across the DSBN and not just at the Lifetime Learning Center. I would like to suggest to this board that because our motion was not clear and because incorrect information about mature students was given to those trying to increase enrollment at NDSS, I feel that what we need to do is rescind, because we not only could do the opportunity of raising enrollment through mature students, various other messages such as the International Students International Baccalaureate Program, any agriculture programs, and any other programs that might be developed between now and a review of NDSS based on daily average enrollment, full-time and full-time equivalent and part-time students as of October 31st of 2011. Presentations this evening were unbelievable. Many delegations have been unbelievable. And when I say unbelievable, I'm saying it in the sense that they struck a chord showing the DSBN that they are partners 150%. And we have the opportunity to move forward. Trustee Lynn Campbell did an excellent job of explaining the reason why we need to move forward. The community's ready to move forward. And we, the DSBN, should now reach out and move forward with them. I ask the trustees at the table this evening to give Niagara Lake their opportunity to move forward, because it is the only high school for a 46.9 square mile radius. We don't have another school, high school in the area to serve them. This is the only one, and it should be the only one. Let's give them their high school so we can move on. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Trustee Lemelin. Anyone else? Vice Chair Heit.
Thank you. In my 17 years as a trustee, I've yet to encounter an accommodation review where the outcome was supported by everyone involved. It's just not possible, in my opinion. By all I mean all the school communities, all the senior staff, and all the members of the Board of Trustees. There's not always agreement. There are different points of view. What changed this time was, in my mind, not only the closeness of the vote, but before we got there, there was no agreement. In the past, in accommodation reviews, there were differences of opinion, but when the vote came and a closure was to happen, it could be supported. It may not have been unanimous, but it was, to my mind, a solid support, even though it was a tough thing to do. This time around, that didn't happen. I'm surprised. I mean, I know why communities can't get together, especially when you have a mix of elementary, so many elementary and one secondary. That's not a surprise. The senior team couldn't support the ARC recommendations. That's different. The board couldn't support them at that infamous June meeting. And that leads us to tonight. Again, a vote, a 5-6 vote. It is not a sound or solid either way, and I think it's why we have struggled so with so many issues about this. I think it's why it's hard for staff. It's not a solid go this way, do this, try harder, make those meetings matter, do things that really will increase and improve what you can, programs there. 6-5 is a tough thing, and that's what's different to me tonight. I believe that the struggles also are the fact that it is a one-town high school. That, to me, is what's different. It's not easy to close a high school. Meriden, as a high school, was a tough thing. I know the community of Meriden felt that they mattered, but looking at it in a perspective that we're supposed to as the whole board, it was one high school where there were others nearby. One is the only high school, I believe strongly on things that have been presented to us and other things that I've read, that it changes the face of that community forever, long after we're gone. And it's why it needs, I think, to be looked at with a different filter than how we normally do every accommodation review. It's why I think in retrospect a standalone review with the high school by itself and elementary was not a good thing, but it's what happened. It's what we have to deal with now. Closing this high school will have that ripple effect, and I'm sure it's happened in other communities. It's happened in the past, but not in my past. I've read much about why it should stay open, and I know that in order to maintain a basic level of program, with current low enrollment numbers, that funds are there. Lynn, you pointed out earlier that in fact some of the top-up happens, but whether it's there or not, I recognize that it's not blindly done, that it comes with some cost to do it. So I'm left with the question, what more could be done? We certainly could not ask the general community to do any more. I doubt that there is another municipality in all of Niagara that would be as involved or committed in keeping a high school open. We have seen it week after week for a year and a half, and I certainly commend that not only do you care that much, but again, I think it just speaks to how important it is for your community. What then more can we do? Is there more we can do? This year, efforts, I believe, have been made. Obviously, not enough with numbers, and time is of the essence. A year was not a lot. Could we do something more? Can a stronger shift or transfer in program offerings actually happen and make a difference? I have sat here where we've done it before to boost enrollment. We saw in the raise slide tonight, we've seen it before, but it was a good reminder. Look at the catchment area and look what's in a school. How do we have a high school that keeps saying yes? Keep saying yes, nothing in place even though they're crowded, and it's not servicing their home community. We need to look at that. I don't know if there's a magic bullet, and I'm not really sure that another 5 years, it's a difficult, I would be more comfortable with less than 5. However, I understand that that's felt to be a good number and gives them a real working chance to go ahead. But it's for those reasons that I will support Lynn's motion to rescind.